welcome to this part voiceover video of my first training session with Aries and his lovely owner, Tara. Thanks to Tara for being so brave and for me to post you and your boy. So in this session, you're going to see a little bit throughout in some more subtle and at times overt ways that Aries is dealing with separation anxiety today. Obviously, each horse and situation, it's nuanced, so I wouldn't say there's nothing else that could be going on besides separation anxiety, but this did seem to be a clear thing that was affecting him. Here, he was not settled enough coming up from the roll to stay with me, so that was his way of saying, I need to move. But this moment right up ahead, I absolutely love, because this shows basically Tara is going up to him to unclip him after he steps on the lead rope. This actually shows a lot of trust for a horse in the owner, because he allowed her in that vulnerable position where he was stuck physically. He allowed her to come up and help him out.
I feel like for both of my horses, they need to, like, when something is going on in their brain, oftentimes they need to move their body to, like, work through it.
I actually think part of that is being thoroughbred.
Yeah.
That is quite literally what
And they
they're
don't,
going to do.
and they don't move like this out in the pasture.
Interesting.
I mean, not that often, because I feel like it has been slippery, and like they will move, but movement like what he's doing right now would usually have to be a state environment.
Yeah, this is interesting because I'm having to hold back thinking about prescribing what's happening right now. Because I don't know the whole situation. And technically, neither of us know exactly what's going on.
No.
But what we can see is that I want to move. And let's bring him back in and let's walk him back. And this is part of the cool down process. As you're walking him, I want you to think about choosing more of a line of travel. And what that means is we have to be disciplined with ourselves in this situation, that instead of saying, I want to go this way or that way, that we say, hey, I hear you, but I am going to keep asking you to move. And at the end of the day, we can do it because I know you can move right now. Yeah. While I'm breathing, and then going slow. Yes, allow that. Allow them to play with different options right now too. You can also ask them for a circle. I see that's things you can do. Yeah.
I feel like the circle is the easiest thing to come back to.
Yeah.
When I practice this whole
Alrighty. I love how Aries offers a role here. This really shows how much he has settled in, and you're going to see how civilized he gets up here. So no bucking, bolting, galloping. And this is what I'm talking about when I say that I value relaxation in horses, and when I say how much where the horse is at in their nervous system affects their behavior, because we're seeing a totally different response from him as he's settled and as he feels safe with us and as we have guided him through sticky moments and situations where he's been unsure. But we have shown him it's okay and you are safe, and we're not going to fundamentally ask you to stand here for 15 years or ask you to be in this arena forever, but we are going to ask you things that will challenge you to do your best, and also to see what you are capable of to build your emotional resilience to difficult tasks. And here as you can see, I've had him for a couple minutes now. I asked him to circle because I really like, as you can see, to create shapes with the horses. I think it's a really valuable way to teach them how to move and arrange their body around me, but with balance. And that's part of why I often keep a looser lead rope, as much as I can, but it's not even intentional. I just don't prefer to be pulling the horse around with a tight contact all the time, because I feel that can often interfere with them finding their own balance. And the last thing I want to do with a 1,200-pound animal is feel like I am responsible for holding that horse up in balance. It's just not workable if we want to advance to other things. Here he loses a little balance in the trot, but I asked him to circle around me, and he actually checks that and moves out, collects his posture a bit, moves out onto the shoulder to make space for me. If in that moment I had gotten after him and pushed him out of the way and had a big reaction, I don't think that would have been helpful, because he is a horse who had a moment of imbalance and he was trying to match his pace to me. We had never trotted before, so I did not make a big deal out of it at the end of the day. Here he is showing a little bit of, I don't know what we call this, a little bit of anxiety, like, ooh, I need to move. So I say, okay, I will be on your team here, but I will give you a line of travel to move on. That's my terms. That's how we compromise. Here he drops in a bit at the shoulder at that curve, once again. So I'm checking that, okay, this is a little bit of a thing with him. But again, I test it out and see what happens. Coming up here, he checks it, he moves out and actually drops into a stretchy posture, and moves his shoulder out in balance with me. In other words, he didn't need me to correct him because he wasn't trying to hurt me, he wasn't trying to push into my body, but he did need a bit of repetition for me to remind him of the space that he is in. Horses want to do what you want, but sometimes they need guidance, they need support, they need a lot of empathy in order to get there. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you would like to see more of my content, feel free to give this page a follow. You also can like and share my posts. Additionally, if you do want to learn more about the horse training and support services I offer, shoot me a message. I'm based out of Minnesota and I offer both in-person and virtual options. Thank you so much.